Hello, welcome to the 2020 Rockstar Triple Crown Tour Supercross preview show here on Direct Motocross. My name is Billy Rainford. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. We are on the eve of round one of the Supercross portion of the Triple Crown series. Obviously this being a strange coronavirus year, originally these were supposed to be maybe Quebec, Hamilton, that kind of thing. Gopher Dunes is where they are going to be hosting 4 rounds, Friday, Saturday. So today's Thursday, so it fires up tomorrow, so we've got quite a bit to talk about here, but I'll try to get through kind of what we can expect. I was able to get over to the track on Tuesday to see the guys putting in some laps, getting ready for practicing on it, getting the bike set up. If you're familiar with where they've got the arena cross track, typically at Gopher Dunes, it's just as you come in, it's just to the right there. They've added a couple little things to it. It's obviously it's a tight track. It's more like an arena cross track. Some of the jumps are a little bit bigger, so definitely going to give the guys a bit of a challenge that way. There's also amateur racing all day. But let's have a look here. A couple things to talk about. This is the 3rd year of the Triple Crown, giving away the big prize money. Normally in the 250 class it'd be $10,000, $100,000 for the 450 class. With this reduced kind of condensed schedule that was all in Ontario, it has changed. It's $5,000 for the 250 overall winner and $20,000 for the 450 Triple Crown winner. You also get a 1-year lease on a GMC Denali 2500. So still lots of cool things up for grabs here for this and a good chunk of cash. Let's take a look here. Last year, the first year it was Sean Moffenbauer won the 250, and last year Dylan Wright won it. First year Cole Thompson won the 450. Last year Phil Nicoletti won it. So we're at Gopher Dunes this year. It's going to be also in the daytime, so we won't even be hitting dark. We won't even be having lights on. We'll actually probably be out of there just around 7 o'clock. So if obviously it's coronavirus again, so no spectators. It's racers and their families and support crew that are able to be at the place. Yeah, the combination of the soil, obviously it's Gopher Dunes, so you're expecting a sandy track, a sandy Supercross track. Well, interestingly in that area, they've got a whole bunch of different types of soil, so they're able to have a clay-based track. There are some, when I was there, the jump faces and some of the important parts, really firm, get nice and firmed up like a real Supercross track. A couple of the corners did get chewed in. We found some roots in a couple, so they're definitely going to have to be upkeeping the track, doing some grooming on the brakes and stuff like that, because it is definitely going to get grooved out quite a bit. You can watch it live on Rev TV. You got the Fox Sports. We got Two Wheels TV app if you do want to watch it live, so you can certainly sign up for that. The forecast, it's actually going to be quite cool. We've had some pretty warm weather lately, but it's Friday, Saturday, it's only going to be 15 and 14 Celsius, I'm talking, so like 65 and low 60 kind of thing for Saturday. So that's kind of the little prelim stuff there. So let's get right to some of the action. We're going to break it down into the 2 classes. The 250 class first. Entry list. I'll give you a quick entry list here. We got Quinn Amia, Marco Canella, Josh Cartwright is riding both classes. The number 26 Josh Cartwright on the PRMX. Breaking that out there now. He certainly got the entry list here thanks to Kyle Thompson over at Jetworks there. Christopher Da Silva. We've got Davey Fraser, Tyler Gibbs, Austin Jones, Casey Keese, the number 77. He tweaked his knee on Tuesday when I was there. Came up a bit short, trying to get a little bit of a triple in a section. Came up hard on it. His right knee is a bit suspect, so he's a game time decision. So we'll have to wait and see what happens with him. Preston Massiangelo, the young rookie, he was going to have his, I know he's going to have his Supercross suspension all set up for this. So Tuesday when I saw him, he didn't have that. Number 41, Jeremy Mckay is going to be there. Number 164, the rookie phenom Ryder McNabb. Number 22, Jair Mitchell, he's going to be here. He's up with his dad. I guess they came up. They're hoping to maybe race the motocross portion, but weren't able to get up here in time for the to quarantine, so they weren't able to race the motocross portion. But they are here. He was there on Tuesday, and he looked very solid indeed on the. On his KTM there, the number 22. Number 55, Guillaume St. Cyr. Watch for him. He really likes the indoor stuff, so watch out for him. Keenan Peterson and Jamie Powell, and of course Marshall Welton and Tanner Ward. Now these are kind of, I mixed that up, but these were all alphabetical, so that's kind of how those played out there. Now, what you'll also notice in the 250 class, number 15, the 250 motocross champ Jess Pettis from Prince George, BC. I'm waiting on a press release on this, but by the time I have this out, JSR promised me to be here today, so I'll say it. I believe he's getting his knee scoped on Friday, so tomorrow. He's having some pain, so what they decided to do is have him go under. They were able to get it done very quickly, so he's going to go in and get his knee scoped and fixed up. Last year's Supercross champ Luke Renslin obviously didn't come up this year, so that's another guy we're missing. Luke won't be here, he's racing the AMA stuff. Number 9, Dylan Wright. Last year, obviously very solid, won the Triple Crown Tour last year. He's up to the 450 class, and we'll be talking about him in a minute. Couple notes I made here too. Just remember about Guillaume St. Cyr, very good at Supercross. Tyler Gibbs also raced the Supercross Futures down south and a couple Supercross rounds, so watch for him. I saw Jamie Powell was putting in lots of time there. He looks actually very good on the track. Couple sections where the guys are going to have to get. I don't know if I didn't show the video, but coming through the one rhythm section along the grassy knoll there's a kind of a triple single out. A lot of the guys weren't doing it. Some of the guys, I got Marco jumping off the side to kind of get used to it. Does gain a lot of time because you're able to just jump through that. I wouldn't be surprised to see somebody quad out of that too during a race situation. We'll see how that goes. Davey Fraser. He was 12th last year in the motocross portion, but he's been racing this since 2004. I put up a little throwback Thursday. I don't know if you saw that, but 2004 Toronto Supercross was his first Supercross, so that's a long time ago. Yeah, so then I mentioned Jair Mitchell there. That's another one of the mentions that I have there. So it's going to be a competitive field. We're missing Jess Pettis. That's going to be tough. So I've kind of got it broken down into basically the top 3 guys are likely going to be Marco Cannella, Tanner Ward, and Marshall Welton, just as we expected in the outdoors, the motocross portion of it. I know Marshall Welton wants to get that first place, so watch for those guys over at the Kawasaki team to be really pushing. I've got it kind of broken into 3 battles, and behind them, I think it's probably going to be Jair Mitchell, Ryder McNabb, and Josh Cartwright in there. Josh, obviously the Florida rider, has tons of Supercross experience. So watch for him to get up in there. I'm not sure. I haven't seen him ride a 250, so I want to see if he's got the aggression and kind of knock it around with these guys out there. So it'd be interesting to see how he does. Behind those guys, I've kind of got it broken down into. I'm thinking it's going to be Quinn Amiot, Jeremy Mckay, and Guillaume St. Cyr, kind of the 6, 7, 8 guys. There's 7, 8, 9 kind of guys. And rounding out the top 10, don't be surprised to see Davey Fraser getting out to some great starts like he always does, and probably putting that thing up in the top 10 as well. So that's something. Those are things to look for in the 250 class. So it should be good. We're starting up tomorrow. Let's move over to the 450 class. I'll give you the quick entry list here. We've got Josh This is again alphabetical. Josh Cartwright, Tommy Dallaire. We've got Ryan Derry, Sam Gaynor, who tweaked his shoulder a few days back, so he's on the entry list. I don't think he's riding because we do have Logan Lightsaw, the number 208, to talk about. He is filling in on that Rockstar OTSFF Yamaha team for, obviously, Phil Nicoletti is injured with that horrible hand injury, right hand actually, and Sam Gaynor with the shoulder. So they've got Moffenbauer and Logan Lightsaw. We'll talk about him in a second. In the Matt Gurkey, this is Matt Gurkey's swan song. I mean, these are the last 4 times we're going to see Matt Gurkey before he heads off into the sunset, literally in Florida. He plans on watching these races next year from the boat. So we'll have to see how Matt wants to go out. Does he push it and go for wins? Does he kind of ease his way out and ride comfortably just to kind of get out of it? He was second in the motocross portion, so we know kind of the answer to that. But Brock Kelly, Logan Lightsaw, as I mentioned, he's the Dillsburg, Pennsylvania rider. He has his AMA Supercross license, so watch for him. He's the rookie. He raced at Daytona for his first race, and then where he qualified 40th, so he just got into the show there. LCQ, he was 18th, so didn't make it into the mains. He also did the residency there at Salt Lake City, where his best qualifying time was a 25th. So he's got experience. He didn't set the world on fire there, but he's certainly got some experience, so that's going to pay off. So watch for Logan Lightsaw on the 208, the addition to the Rockstar OTSFF team. We've got Damon Luxus, then Sean Moffenbauer. Now Moffenbauer obviously had a very, very solid outdoor season, finishing 3rd. Looks like a new guy, supercharged under there. He's really pushing it. He's going to be interesting to see. He'll be a guy up there fighting for podiums. I've got Cody McCaig. We've got Tyler Medaglia. Obviously Tyler Medaglia, never count that guy out. He'll be out there up in the top. I've got it broken down here too as I do a bit of a prediction here. I'm just going through the entry list here. Keelan Meston, again, Keelan Meston having a great year as well. Number 128, we got Mittler. We got Liam O'Farrell, number 64. He is signed up. We've got Mitch Rempel. We've got Eric Schilt. We've got Cole Thompson. Let's talk about Cole Thompson here briefly. Again, he's in the predictions as well. Of course, Cole was out with that illness, didn't have any energy, sat out the majority of that motocross season there at the end. He's back. I've heard from JSR that he is at 100%. You can't count Cole Thompson out, obviously. he's going to be he's very strong in Supercross, very strong in Arena Cross. So watch for him to be setting it up on fire there too. And right behind him alphabetically and likely going bar to bar in this championship will be number 9, Dylan Wright. Dylan's the rookie. These two guys do have a bit of a history. If you remember a few years back, there are some interesting things happening, certainly Sandali. So watch for these guys. They're going to be close in pace, and neither of these guys is going to want to give an inch. I think that's going to be what's going to be the most interesting battle, which is good because it's going to be for the win. Talking Dylan Wright and Cole Thompson. Zach Zager and Dario Zecca. So Zecca always last in the last alphabetically, huh? So what we can expect here. So in the 450 class, first and second, who you pick? Cole Thompson, Dylan Wright. I mean, traditionally you'd have to pick Cole Thompson in this, but Dylan Wright, man, looks like a different rider. Tons of Supercross experience as well. Let's not discount that. Of course, he did have some issues when he went into the Supercross, so he seems to have closed down some of those issues. He's a different rider now. It's going to be good, but will he let his emotions get the better of him when he's got number 16 all over him? I think it's going to be a real fun battle to watch. Hey, I'm media, I can build it up. It's kind of fun to talk about. Behind them, I would say, is going to be just like in the motocross. It's going to be teammates Tyler Medaglia and Matt Gurkey going for that 3rd and 4th spot. I mean, why wouldn't it be? We'll have to see, like I said, see what kind of attitude Matt goes into this with. You know, Tyler wants to finish strong on this. Behind them, and maybe right with them, I think it's going to be Josh Cartwright. But I kind of got Josh Cartwright. The 5, 6, 7 guys are going to be, I'm going to go with Josh Cartwright, Logan Lightsaw, and Keelan Meston. These guys, and I've got Liam O'Farrell just behind there because I don't know if he's going to have the Supercross, Arena Cross style speed that these other guys are going to have. But outside, it was an amazing battle between those guys, and also throw number 36, Parker Eels, in there, but he's gone back to BC to make some money at the job. So we won't have him. So I've got the top 2, Cole Thompson, Dylan Wright battling it out. I've got Tyler Medaglia, Matt Gurkey battling it out for that 3rd, 4th spot. And then we've got Cartwright, Lightsall, Meston, and Liam O'Farrell battling for that. And then, so that's going to be some good battling there. Obviously, we don't have a few guys looking at last year's results kind of thing. Colton Fasciotti obviously retired. Michael Lessie not here. Number 54 out. Number 28, we mentioned him. Lightsall. So yeah, so we've got a lot of things to look forward to here. And that's kind of a brief look at it. I hope that helps kind of keep an idea. If you have some comments and you want to comment who you think is going to be your top 5 or top 3, whatever you want to do, give us a message down. I always see people pointing, subscribe, like, subscribe, follow the links. But anyway, I appreciate you checking us out. Tomorrow we're going to be there at the races. Check us out on Instagram, of course, Direct Motocross, Twitter. We're going to have Greg Poisson. He's going to be helping us out on Friday, so watch for lots of updates, Twitter and the Instagram. And because these are each individual rounds, so we're going to have to get some stuff up, some highlights on from Friday night and Saturday night. So both nights we'll have that. We'll have some photos up, some interviews and everything. So be sure to watch for that. We're heading into round 1 of the Rockstar Triple Crown Supercross season, so it's going to be good. Be sure to tune in on our site and the Two Wheels TV app. Thanks for watching. We'll see you there at the races.